Most rose trellises do one thing. They hold up roses, and that's beautiful. But experienced gardeners know a simple trick that turns a rose trellis into something far more powerful. Because the difference between a trellis that looks pretty and one that's full of butterflies, bees, and constant movement comes down to one decision almost no one is making. Instead of just holding flowers, it becomes a pollinator magnet. Butterflies drifting through the garden, bees working the flowers, even hummingbirds stopping by for nectar. And the secret isn't complicated. It's simply choosing the right companion vines. Today we're looking at 6 well-behaved climbing plants that turn a rose trellis into a living butterfly habitat. They won't choke your roses, they won't invade your garden, but they will bring an incredible amount of life to your trellis. At the end, I'll reveal the vine that was practically made for roses, the one experienced gardeners consistently plant first, and the one that creates the most spectacular display you can grow on a single structure. Let's start with one of the most charming vines you can grow. Number 6, sweet pea. Sweet peas are one of the most classic cottage garden vines, and their partnership with roses on a shared trellis is one of the most beautiful combinations in traditional garden design. They produce clusters of soft, ruffled flowers in shades of pink, purple, white, and red, colors that complement almost every rose variety beautifully. But beyond their beauty and fragrance, sweet peas are fantastic nectar sources for pollinators. Butterflies, bees, and beneficial insects visit them constantly throughout the cool spring months. The flowers are perfectly shaped for butterflies to land on, with broad petals that provide stable platforms for feeding. When sweet peas are blooming alongside your early roses, the trellis becomes a genuine hub of pollinator activity right from the start of the season. And because sweet peas are annual vines, they never become invasive. This is one of their greatest advantages as a rose companion. They grow quickly in the cool spring months, climb easily up trellises using delicate tendrils that grip without damaging rose canes, and bloom heavily before the hottest part of summer. Their growth habit is also very gentle. They don't produce thick, woody stems that could crowd or overwhelm nearby plants. Most gardeners overlook this vine because it's considered too delicate. That's exactly why it works so well with roses. Its light, airy growth weaves through rose canes without competing, adding color and fragrance without taking over. For best results, plant sweet peas about 12 inches away from the base of your rose plant. Give them a section of the trellis to climb, and they'll add color, fragrance, and pollinators all in one elegant package. Sweet peas are the perfect seasonal companion. Beautiful, fragrant, pollinator-friendly, and completely manageable. Sweet peas bring delicate spring charm, but the next vine blooms for months and keeps pollinators coming back all season long. Number 5, black-eyed Susan vine. If you want a vine that blooms for months and keeps your trellis alive with pollinator activity from early summer through fall, black-eyed Susan vine is a fantastic option. This vine produces cheerful yellow or orange flowers with dark centers that resemble miniature sunflowers, and that resemblance is no accident. Like sunflowers, these blooms are irresistible to butterflies. Butterflies absolutely love these flowers. This is where things start to get interesting. The flat, open face of each bloom provides an ideal landing surface, and the dark center guides pollinators directly to the nectar. They provide easy landing surfaces and steady nectar through the entire growing season, which means your trellis stays active with butterfly and bee traffic long after spring bloomers have finished. Unlike aggressive climbing plants, black-eyed Susan vine grows in a controlled, manageable way. It climbs using twining stems rather than thick, woody growth, so it won't strangle nearby plants or overwhelm your roses. The stems are slender and flexible, weaving through the trellis structure without putting pressure on rose canes. Most varieties grow between 6 and 8 feet tall, which makes them ideal for smaller trellises and perfectly proportioned for sharing space with climbing roses. They bloom from early summer all the way until frost, providing non-stop color and nectar for pollinators for months. Because they're usually grown as annuals in most climates, they remain completely manageable. You get non-stop flowers, steady pollinator activity, and no invasive behavior. Black-eyed Susan vine delivers the longest season of any vine on this list, keeping your trellis beautiful and alive with movement from June through October. Now let's continue with a vine that brings serious color to a rose trellis and actually improves your soil at the same time. Number 4, Scarlet runner bean. Scarlet runner bean is one of the most dramatic climbing vines you can grow, and its combination of bold color, pollinator appeal, and soil benefits makes it one of the most practical choices on this list. It produces brilliant red flowers that stand out vividly against green foliage, a striking contrast that makes the entire trellis look more vibrant and alive. Butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds all flock to these blooms. The tubular shape of scarlet runner bean flowers is perfectly designed for hummingbirds and long-tongued bumblebees, while butterflies work the outer surfaces for nectar. This single vine attracts a wider range of pollinators than almost any other climbing plant, turning your trellis into a multi-species habitat. But here's what makes scarlet runner bean genuinely special as a rose companion. It's a legume, which means it helps improve soil by fixing nitrogen. Legumes form a symbiotic relationship with soil bacteria that converts atmospheric nitrogen into a form plants can use. That added fertility benefits nearby plants, including your roses, which are heavy nitrogen feeders. Scarlet runner bean isn't just decorating your trellis, it's actively improving the growing conditions for everything around it. The vines climb quickly, reaching 8 to 12 feet tall in a single season, but they do so without becoming invasive. Because they're annual plants, they die back naturally at the end of the season, leaving behind improved soil and no management problems. And the flowers are followed by long, ornamental bean pods that add even more visual interest, and are edible, making this one of the most productive companion vines you can grow. You get color, pollinators, healthier soil, and food from one plant. If you enjoy learning practical ways to create gardens that support pollinators, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. Small changes in planting choices can turn an ordinary yard into an incredible ecosystem, but the next vine solves a completely different problem. Number 3, hyacinth bean vine. Hyacinth bean vine is a showstopper in every sense of the word. It produces clusters of purple flowers, followed by striking, glossy purple seed pods that remain on the vine long after the flowers fade. The combination of dark, bronze-tinged foliage, bright purple blooms, and vivid seed pods creates a dramatic, layered look on any trellis that no other vine quite replicates. Butterflies and bees visit the flowers frequently throughout the growing season. The purple blooms are particularly attractive to swallowtail butterflies, which are drawn to purple and blue flowers more than almost any other color. If attracting large, spectacular butterfly species is your goal, hyacinth bean vine is one of the most effective choices you can make. But the vine's benefits extend beyond just nectar. The dense foliage also provides shelter for beneficial insects. Ladybugs, lacewings, and other predatory insects that protect your roses from aphids and other pests use the layered foliage as habitat. Hyacinth bean vine doesn't just attract pollinators. It supports the entire beneficial insect community that keeps your rose garden healthy. This vine grows quickly during warm weather and can easily reach 10 to 12 feet tall in one growing season. Yet, like several vines on this list, it's an annual plant, so while it grows vigorously during the summer, it never becomes invasive or difficult to control. When paired with climbing roses, the purple tones create a stunning color contrast, particularly beautiful against pink, white, or cream-colored roses. Hyacinth bean vine brings both spectacular visual drama and genuine ecological value to your trellis. Number 2, annual morning glory. Morning glories are famous for their trumpet-shaped flowers that open in the morning sun and create a fresh, vibrant display every single day. These blooms attract butterflies, bees, and hummingbirds throughout the summer, with the tubular flower shape providing nectar that's particularly accessible to long-tongued pollinators. Annual varieties grow rapidly, often reaching 10 to 15 feet in a single season, which makes them perfect for quickly covering a trellis and creating a lush, full backdrop for your roses. That speed of growth is one of their greatest advantages. If you have a bare trellis in spring, morning glory will fill it beautifully by midsummer. But because they only live one growing season, they remain easy to control and never become the invasive problem that perennial climbers can create. Their flowers come in brilliant shades of blue, purple, pink, and white, a color range that complements virtually every rose variety. The deep blue varieties like Heavenly Blue are particularly striking against red or pink roses, creating a color combination that stops visitors in their tracks. And they bloom continuously through the summer, providing nectar for pollinators for months without requiring deadheading or special care. Just remove seed pods if you want to limit reseeding the following year. Morning glories can self-seed prolifically in warm climates. With minimal management, annual morning glory delivers maximum visual impact and sustained pollinator activity throughout the entire growing season. And the final vine? This is the one experienced gardeners swear by. The vine that was practically made for roses. Number 1, Clematis. If there is one vine that gardeners consistently plant alongside their roses, it is the Clematis, the queen of vines. And the reason experienced gardeners return to this combination year after year is because Clematis and roses are genuinely, almost perfectly, compatible. Clematis climbs using delicate leaf stems that wrap around supports rather than producing aerial rootlets or thick woody growth. This allows the vine to weave naturally through rose canes without damaging them, gripping the trellis structure gently while threading its stems through the rose's natural framework. The result is a layered, intertwined display of flowers that can be absolutely spectacular. Two plants sharing one structure in a way that looks completely natural and intentional. Large star-shaped blooms in purple, pink, blue, or white appear throughout the season, and many varieties are excellent nectar sources for butterflies and bees. The open, flat face of clematis flowers provides ideal landing platforms for butterflies, while the abundant pollen attracts bees from considerable distances. A rose and clematis combination doesn't just look beautiful. It functions as one of the most effective pollinator habitats you can create on a single garden structure. Another significant advantage of clematis is bloom timing. Different varieties flower in spring, summer, or fall, which means you can choose a clematis that blooms when your roses pause between flush cycles. When your roses are resting between their spring and summer blooms, a summer flowering clematis keeps the trellis full of color and nectar. When your roses finish their fall flush, a late flowering clematis variety extends the season further. The two plants essentially cover each other's gaps, creating a structure that is rarely without flowers from spring through autumn. Plant clematis slightly away from the rose crown and allow it to climb upward through the rose structure rather than competing at the base. The combination creates one of the most classic garden pairings in the world, a partnership that has been celebrated in cottage gardens for centuries and continues to be the first recommendation experienced rose growers make when asked how to bring more life to a trellis. A rose trellis can already be one of the most beautiful features in a garden. But when you combine roses with the right companion vines, the structure becomes something much more powerful. It becomes a habitat. These 6 vines provide nectar, shelter, and pollinator activity, while still allowing roses to remain the star of the display. The result is a trellis that isn't just full of flowers, it's full of life. I'd love to hear from you. Which of these 6 vines would you plant next to your roses? Let me know in the comments, and tell me which butterfly or pollinator you most want to attract to your garden this season. If you're serious about building a garden that actually attracts life, not just looks good in pictures, be sure to give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow gardeners who want to bring more butterflies and bees into their gardens. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We've got more planting guides and garden secrets coming your way soon. Thank you so much for watching and being part of our growing gardening community. Until next time, happy gardening.